All right, folks. Hey, welcome to the show. Today is February 14th, Valentine's Day. Welcome. I'm Darian Counts. Welcome to the show. Getting things going here. Hey, so a lot of great things have happened today. And there's a lot of stuff going on in the race we're going to talk a little bit about. We're going to just delve into a couple of things real quick. We're going to get right into it. One of the things that happened today that I was happy to hear was that the Justice Department has decided not to prosecute Andrew McCabe. They've dropped all the charges against him. And it was pretty clear that these were just retaliatory charges. They went through, Trump has gone through it. I'm going to see if I can pull up some stuff on this. Do I have anything or not? Let's see if I've got... what do you think of this? Here we go. Okay, so the FBI, Trump had called for an investigation into him, and Trump canceled. He fired him, the day of or 2 days before he would get his pension. So McCabe worked there for 20 years. Trump fired him, took his pension, and then prosecuted him. Or tried to prosecute him, but now the Justice Department, even though they've got William Barr, who is Trump's lapdog, even so, I guess if you don't have charges, you don't have charges. If the guy didn't do anything, he didn't do anything. And if he did do something, then he should be prosecuted. And if William Barr's not prosecuting, then we need to know why, if he actually did something. But the reality is, it was just retaliation against Trump, or Trump was retaliating against him for whatever for McCabe doing his job and probably reporting on whatever misdeeds Trump has done. So, but it's good to hear. Now, I'm hoping that somehow that this person gets his retirement back, because there's nothing lower. Well, there's not nothing. Trump can always find something lower. But clearly he went out and he worked 20 years in the service of the FBI or whatever, CIA, whatever he was. He was going to retire. Trump took his retirement. So hopefully he gets that back. So that's what's going on there. And a lot of things happen. Also, today they announced that even though Trump has requested that the Army investigate Vindman, the one who testified against Trump's deeds, the Army said they're not going to do that, which you're starting to see a little bit of pushback against Trump, which is fantastic to see, finally. But we need much more than that. This little bit of, no, sir, we don't think we're going to do that. It's not really going to work. But whatever. For now, we'll take what we can get. Trump is in the position of where he is pretty much the overlord and ruler of the American government. The whole myth of American independence is pretty much gone. So I don't think we need to really worry about seeing that, at least for a while. But the good news is, if we can get somebody else into this office with a triple-digit IQ and some emotional intelligence, we could possibly do some great things. First thing we got to do is investigate every dang thing. Now, one thing, Elizabeth Warren did come out and she said that she would put together a task force to investigate the Trump administration and all their misdeeds. And I would go one step farther if I were being elected. I would say we're going to put together a task force. We're going to investigate the Trump presidency in detail in an attempt to exonerate it from all of these massive amount of charges that have gone up against it. So we're going to dig right in, and if there's misdeeds, then we're going to prosecute those. But this will give us an opportunity to investigate and clear or exonerate Mr. Trump, if that be the case. But I would go farther than that. I would go back to all the administrations. I'd put together a presidential post-mortem investigatory council to look at all the misdeeds of every presidency and then hold them accountable. So each president knows that they will be held accountable for what they do. I bet George Bush wouldn't have been so quick to roll on into Iraq on those fake weapons of mass destruction had he known that he was going to be held responsible. And he should be held responsible. There's a lot of responsibility for being president of the United States, and it should be taken with such, not just political responsibility, not just, gosh, I want the history books to look on me the right way. No, there should be more than that. And so I'm hoping that the next president, whoever they may be, will dig into that and get real deep on that. Now, one of the good pieces in the news right now is, regardless of how hard the DNC and the establishment, because it's not just the DNC, it's the DNC establishment as well as the establishment Republicans and the establishment billionaires are all trying to stop Bernie, and he's got this momentum. So many people are picking up onto the Bernie train and picking up what he's doing, and it's just completely clear. You can't say that over all this time, and I want to see if I've got some great shots. One of the best pictures that I've found I want to just kind of share this with you real quick. See if I can find it. I don't know if it's even still here now. There we go. Take a peek at this. And I know I showed this last episode real quick. It's a picture of Bernie sitting here, and there's, cops all around, and there's some type of protest, and he's holding this lady's hand, and he's telling her. You can just kind of see, if you look at his face really close, let's get a close up there and see what we've got. If you look at what's going on there, look at this guy. I mean, look at that determination in his face. Look at this. Look at him holding her hand, saying, listen, man, don't let go. Don't let go. I got you. I got you. I got you. I mean, it's just an incredible thing to see. Now, you're not going to see that in any other candidate. You're not going to see that type of history. I mean, that's the most incredible thing. Now, let's take a look at this. Now, over the last 5 years, there have been consistent polls for Bernie Sanders and Trump. There's been a lot of different people in Trump, but consistently Sanders and Trump. Now, I pulled up some historical data, and it goes back much farther than this, but my page wouldn't scroll allowing me to see it. But if you take a good look, and I don't know if you need to pause and get down here, but you can see Trump has been beating Sanders has been beating Trump. Trump took him in one poll. It looks like on 127, is that what that is? 123. Took him for about 2 points, but then Sanders is back up. 8 points, 4 points, 6 points. If you scroll all the way down and you take a look, you go back all the way into 821. Sanders has been beating consistently. Sanders has been leading Trump consistently in all the polls, just since the beginning of time. And the thing is, everybody knows who Trump is, but everybody doesn't know who Sanders is. Democrats know who Sanders is. But when Democrats begin to hear when Republicans begin to hear Sanders consistently over and over and over, they're going to realize that this isn't crazy Bernie. And what's going to happen? Now, and I wish I had a picture of this. I don't have it. But if you take a look at Bernie Sanders' presidential launch from 2016 and you compare it to the end 14 months later or a year later, whatever it was, you look at the 9 people that are at his presidential launch, and it's all reporters. There are no spectators there. And you take a look at the crowds that he drew towards the end of that. It is incredible the amount of multiplication that has occurred. Now, it hasn't happened for no reason, because it's not happening with anybody else. It's happening because people see him and they hear him. And initially, much as myself, I thought, this guy's crazy. But you listen to him, you're like, he's not crazy. He's, you know what? In a crazy world, the sane person sounds crazy. And that's Bernie Sanders. Now, he's consistently beating Trump. We don't really have to worry about that. He's been beating Trump since the beginning of time now. But we need to worry about beating the DNC. And the DNC has it out for Bernie. But now let's take a look at how he does against the Democrats. So here's him against Joe Biden. He beats Joe Biden by 4 points. He beats Elizabeth Warren by 2 points. Bloomberg, he beats by, 15 points. Buttigieg, he beats by, 18, 17 points. He beats everybody. He beats Amy Klobuchar. I think Klobuchar and Buttigieg are just media-made concoctions. Just anything they can do to bring Bernie down. Now, these two, I wouldn't doubt it real quick. If Bloomberg chooses Klobuchar for his running mate and promises something to Buttigieg, and those three all consolidate to get all their people, because they're going to need all of those voters. Now, I don't know how many of Warren voters are going to go to Bernie. I don't really think it matters, but I think a lot of them will. A lot of Yang's people are going to go there, and a lot of some of the other folks as well. So I think Bernie has a real. He's got a real following. So as opposed to the rest of these guys out there, they're doing their own thing. And, I mean, especially Bloomberg. I can't believe that the Democratic Party would alter their rules to allow a Republican, an ex-Republican. He spoke at the Republican convention in 2004. If you take a look at this is incredible. And you have to bear with me a little bit. Let's see if we can get this here. There we go. There's Bloomberg speaking at the Republican convention in 2004. Now, if you look down at the bottom. Mayor of New York, what's next to his name in R? Do you really think if you put that guy on a Democratic ticket that Democrats are going to vote for him? Do you think progressives are going to come out and vote for him knowing that he's a Republican? There's not a chance. You will definitely lose. I won't vote for him. I'll stay home, or I'll go fishing or something like that. Because you know what? Let's let Trump ride this all the way down. Let's let him fly this airplane right into a mountain so he can accept full and utter responsibility for everything that he's done. Because the only way, if we don't get it right now, the only way that we're going to get this is to let the system crash and let it go so that we can come in and fix it and pick it up from zero. But if we put this in Bloomberg or somebody like this in here, even if he was to win, we're not going to see another progressive like Bernie Sanders probably in my lifetime. We won't. I don't believe. It would be nice to see Bernie take it and put in a good, strong vice president, someone who's going to be able to continue his legacy, because there ain't going to be 2 terms out of Bernie. That's pretty clear. But we're going to need a strong vice president. I would not have a problem with Andrew Yang. I think people love Andrew Yang. I think they love Bernie. I was a big fan of Bernie and Tulsi Gabbard for a long time, but Tulsi has just really gone off the rails. I mean, it's the same story, the same thing. She has just really gone over to the Republican side. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on with her. I don't know if somebody got to her. I don't know. I really don't know. But I know one Republican we don't want to see, and that's this one. So with him and his racist comments, all the different things he does, it's been very tough. So I don't see him doing much at all. And I know that people are saying that he's going to buy the election. Of course he's going to buy the election. Of course he's going to try and buy the nomination. Do you think if you put billionaire 1 up against billionaire 2 that Americans going to say, let's change from billionaire 1 to billionaire 2? What? Why? Why would they? I wouldn't. Everything's fine with Trump from that perspective, from a financial perspective. Everything is temporarily fine. Yeah, granted, if you let him have office for 4 more years, around year 7 of his 2-year terms, the economy's going to crash. It always does. That's what happens. And if that's the case, fine. I'll just keep jamming money into my 401k for the next 24 to 36 months, then flip it over into a much more secure thing, let the system crash, cash out the 401k, and start buying properties. Don't tell me this system's not going to crash. Trump is a real estate man. Trump wants the system to crash because he's going to be able to buy up every damn skyscraper in New York, and that's what he wants to do. That's what he announced. That's what he said last time. So I think it's pretty clear that that's what we're going to get. So we need to find some unity, and the Democratic Party needs to stop being so, I don't know, what's the word, fearful? I guess they realize that Bernie's going to come in. If he wins, he's going to fire the whole DNC. He's going to put progressives in there. The cash cow is over if that happens. But you put Bloomberg, well, here's what we got. We got more Rudy, more Donnie. Who knows what's happening with, in this picture that you're looking at right here, I wouldn't doubt that the next guy on the right is Epstein. These guys are all part of the same damn club. We need to get away from this, and we need to get to what the future is. And the future is Bernie. The future is progressivism. The future is health care for all. The future is education. We've got a lot of people in America who are woefully ignorant and uneducated, and this is an opportunity to begin to stop that. Let's take away some of this college debt. Let's give people the education they want. Let's give them the health they want and this health coverage that they want, the health care that they want. I don't want access to health care. I don't know anybody who wants access. I have access to Ferraris. I don't own one. I can't have one whenever I want. I don't have any control over it, but I have access. I can go look at them. That's what they're offering with a lot of these health care plans. Medicare for all. Who wants Medicare for all who want it? What the hell is that? Healthcare for all who want it? Yeah, I'm dying of cancer. No, I don't want it. No, just take it off the table. Make it fully covered by everyone. Reduce the military. Make billionaires pay their fair taxes. Let's reallocate some of our money, and let's start dedicating funds to things that are our priorities. Health of our citizens is definitely a priority. It's the job of the government to guard its citizens against invasion. So why can't we guard against bacterial and viral invasions as well? Let's call it part. Let's take, what I would do is I would take the healthcare industry and I would move it to self-defense. I'd move it to the military budget. We'd use the military budget to pay for healthcare. Yeah. You want to increase the military budget? You can do that. We'll pay more for healthcare. We'll definitely pay for health care for veterans, that's for sure. But I would move, and I would begin to divert funds. Just like Trump can do it for the wall, why can't we do it for health care? Health care is much bigger and more pressing situation than immigration. I mean, immigration is bad, and it is bad for people. And we definitely got to work to get those kids out of cages. We've got to do that. So once we get everything together here, and once we get a true American in the White House, we can begin to reestablish the norms. The whole donate your or give your taxes. Of course you have to show your taxes. It shouldn't be a suggestion. It shouldn't be an expectation. It should be a freaking law. And I'm sure with Bernie Sanders in the White House, that's what we're going to get. We're going to go through and we're going to take all of these suggestions and expectations. We're going to turn them into laws. These are things that need to be done. We can no longer count on the honorableness of men. It's clearly not the case, especially from the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. The Republican Party is pure corruption. They don't even try not to be. The Democratic Party is corruption with a little facade of we're for the people. No, they're not. That's why we lost the unions. Bernie brings back the unions. Bernie brings back fairness. Bernie brings back confidence in government. He brings back the value of integrity, and that's what we need. No one can deny that Bernie has been just as integritous, as honest as a human can be for 50 years. He's the one who's been consistent. He's the one who, when people vote for him, they continue to love him. Not like the rest of these people. You vote for a guy and you're like, I hate that guy, let's get him out. Nah, Bernie's people love him. Take a look at the polls. Take a look at people that have been his constituents for the last 20, 30 years. And people just really seem to love Bernie Sanders. So leave me a comment down below. I'm curious to hear what you think. And sign up and subscribe, because we've got a lot of good things happening here, and we want to make sure that you hear from them. Also, but we do want to hear your comments. I want to hear what you think about what I've said, and I want to hear what you think should be some of the issues that should be covered in more detail. So I'm Darian Counts. Thanks for watching the Darian Counts Show. We will see you next time.